Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I hope you're having a good day. I think it's Thursday here on the East Coast, which makes it something, somewhere, something. But I hope you had a good Wednesday. I did, not too bad. Got to spend some time with my middle grandchild. She's just such a little character. We yell at each other back and forth. We just yell. And I don't know if the rest of the house enjoys it, but me and her do. It's it's a lot of fun. Sorry there's no game stream tonight, guys. I planned on doing it, but maybe we'll have time after this to try to get one done. But I just got real tired last night, real tired. So I went and laid my ass down, and apparently I slept for like 2 hours. I wake up in my bed, soft and warm and comfy, and I look at my alarm clock. I'm like, wait a second. Does that say 3:30 in the morning? And it did. It did. And I laid there for an hour or for half an hour trying to go back to sleep, and sleep wouldn't come. So here we are. Does she have a nickname? Yes, my middle grandchild is that's Pumpkin. It's my little pumpkin, born on Halloween. She's such a sweetheart. And she loves her grandpa. She also, when she was done eating, she managed to have everybody pass her over to me, because when I eat, she sits on my lap, and she'll pick at my food sometimes, but mostly she just likes to sit there with grandpa, because that's who she is. She's such a sweetheart. Now from things I like, we're just gonna jump straight into today's topic. YouTube. You know, I love this platform because it's allowed me to do this. It's allowed me to come here and try to entertain you guys for several hours a night. Whether I achieve, they've still given me that possibility. And now they are they brought down the hammer, you guys. We knew this was coming. We knew we had new harassment policies on the way. And it's about what I expected. It really is. The only thing I am surprised by is that they were smart enough to put a exception in there for music and late night comedy, because they're not usually that smart. It has to be pointed out to them, and then they have to make the exception after the fact. But they wrote that exception in. But basically, guys, we're not allowed to make fun of any other YouTubers, or anyone else for that matter. The only people we're allowed to make fun of is, what was it? Politicians. There's a little list there that are in the public eye. Those ones you're allowed to do it. But even then, hey, be careful. Don't do it on anything that's part of a protected class or a protected thing about them, being woman, man. For the record, guys, it's woman or man, because you can't do it based on sex, race, sexual orientation, that kind of stuff. And you can't make fun of me because of that. I'm protected, don't you know? Fucking pussy ass motherfuckers. A lot of people are worried about this one, myself included, because the actual terms are so vague, and they're vague on purpose. This is the final nail in the Steven Crowder coffin over the Crowder Maza bullshit, because Carlos Maza got his panties in a bunch because Steven Crowder was making fun of him, and so he ran to the media and to his Twitter and yelled about how horrible it was. Look at all these times that he's made fun of me. And so, yeah, YouTube bowed to these assholes. They're like, look, he didn't really break the rules, but we're going to take his monetization away from him, because why not? Well, now that's set in stone. If you make fun of somebody too much, even if you're not breaking the rules, you can lose your monetization and then eventually your channel. So this is all because of Carlos Maza. For those of you who are wondering, yeah, you can go thank his dumbass. He's the reason for the season, as they say. He's the YouTube Jesus. He's the YouTube Jesus. Shit, I forgot to send you the link, Polly. If you want it, there it is, my friend. You don't have to, of course. I understand if you can't, but there's a link. I make my living making fun of people. It's what I do. I talk about the seriousness of the situation as well, but just 2 days ago, the stuff we were saying about Ethan Klein could get me in trouble. How is this constitutional, says Jaden? It's not, but they're not bound by the Constitution, as Leslie Stahl was so kind to point out to Susan Wojcicki just the other day, to remind her, look, hey, you're not bound by the Constitution. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning.
Shit, I forgot to plug in my headphones. And I never know that until somebody comes in and I hear you guys out of my speaker. How's it going, man?
Good. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm tired. I'm annoyed. So good. You know.
Awesome.
I mean, it is what the world is what it is. I just live here.
Yeah, I hear you.
Here's the thing, and I said this when I was talking to Bear. Did you see the new YouTube rules?
I heard some YouTubers talking about it, but I didn't really read them myself. They sounded very vague, and it seemed like it's something that would piss me off.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to get to. YouTube, here's the thing. Tell me the rules. Tell me the rules. And I can keep myself inside of them. You know what I can't do? Guess. I can't guess what your fucking rules are when you can't even tell me what they are. When you sit here and go, look, even if you don't break the rules, if you talk about somebody over and over again, that might still be harassment and you can lose your stuff over it. Like, wait, so it's breaking the rules to not break the rules?
The rules mean what we want them to mean. That's what that is.
How the fuck can I stay inside the rules when I can get in trouble for going outside of the rules?
Oh, well,
didn't break.
This is sort of the old German thing of show me the man and I'll show you the crime.
Yes.
So you don't have to actually break any rules. Just somebody has to say you did, and they can craft a narrative around that. Sort of like Congress right now.
Well, I would really like to know, because they tell us this came after we talked to YouTubers. Give me names. I want to talk to these people.
You've already probably talked to a few of them, like Riley Dennis. And,
yeah.
A certain
Ethan Klein.
Yeah, Ethan. He's a douche.
Keemstar's been all over him today.
Oh yeah,
going because there's a picture with Ethan and Gila it's Gila, right?
Whatever name it, I don't fucking know.
With Susan. Look, I don't hate Gila. I have nothing against her. It's her husband that drives me insane.
Yeah,
she's Ed McMahon. Every so often she'll go ha ha ha, and yeah. But there's a picture of them with Susan and Keemstar. Did you give this opinion when you talked to Susan? And he won't answer the question. He won't answer whether or not he's reported people for, because there was a video made about him that's already been struck down. And Jack, these strikes are coming from people who are flagging. This isn't an algorithm thing right now. This is a flagging issue.
Oh yeah, this is totally a Flame Wars 2.0, where everybody's just throwing flags on the field. And like I told Polly earlier, and Quiz, the person that's going to come out on top is the most expert person around, and it's probably going to be Matt Jarbo.
Well played.
You got a box full of flags, and he's got the high ground from the boulders. No, I just think that it's going to end up being a flagging contest. Whoever does the most flagging is going to come out on top. That's all it is. Just that's what's going to happen. It's happened before. This is going to make it a lot easier to purge wrong think. And people... Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying hi to Nuts. Go ahead.
Hi, Nuts. People that hate you are going to find a way to target you, and especially for old content that used to be fine. And it's gonna crush them. It's gonna destroy a lot of people's YouTube channels.
Up until it was pointed out to me by Nuts, everything I'd heard of was just people having videos taken down, videos just deleted off their channels. Bearing has apparently gotten a strike over one.
Yeah.
Which
I
is,
heard that. I saw Doom tweeted something about that.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I saw right after Nuts said it, I went over to Twitter and I was looking, and Tommy C tweeted it out, and he has a video up, and that's why I didn't start this right after Irate Alex's stream, guys, is because I was going to watch that video. The video that he got flagged for is a video he made pointing out that Christy Winters was doxing him.
Oh, but it's mean. It hurts somebody's fifis. So, yeah, you know that people associated with individuals like that, no names mentioned, are going to use this as their golden opportunity to get rid of people they don't like.
Yeah.
So that was the perfect one. Like, oh, you're pointing out something bad I did. I'm going to have me or one of my friends or somebody who's just a supporter strike it down. And that's what's going to happen. I would say political commentary, if it didn't come from a major news source like CNN, pretty much over on YouTube.
Oh, it is. And you can't talk about anybody except major players.
Yeah. And Jaden, I hate to tell you, but the Constitution doesn't apply to private businesses. So what they're doing is within their rights. Unfortunately, it's a douche thing to do. But
yep,
yeah.
And I'm having a crisis of faith, Jack. I'm having a crisis of faith.
About what?
I don't believe in flagging people.
It has to be something pretty egregious. Like,
yes, exactly.
The kitty diddlers or people making obvious threats.
But the only way I see this getting fixed is people getting a taste of their own. There's a lot of people out there cheering. The kind of person who flagged that video of Bearings cheered this nonsense. They were happy to see it. Happy to see it.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it's the what's the polite way of saying spastics?
Spastic.
Okay, spastic. I don't know what the rules are anymore, dude. It's the spastics on both sides that are going to cause the problems. Like someone like Bearing doesn't actually have to do anything. He's got some old video where he made some offhand remark, and some enemy who he doesn't even know about, never heard of, just some casual viewer that supports Fisty is going to hit him on behalf of this other person that won't even know they did it. That's what it's going to be on both sides.
Hang on, real quick. Thank you, Evolved Potato. Doesn't Google get government subsidies? And YouTube is owned by Google, so shouldn't they be bound by the Constitution? Not exactly. That's how it works on college campuses. I don't think that applies to individual businesses. It would not shock me, even a little bit, to find out Christy herself did that. It would not shock me to find out that within the next day or so, Sargon's going to have a bunch of videos struck.
Oh, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me at all. But at the same time, it doesn't have to be her. It could be anybody.
No, you're right. But my point being, Jack, the people who are championing this thing, the ones going, yay, we needed this, they have a whole lot of skeletons in their closet.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to backfire on people.
It's and until it does, I don't think we're going to see any changes. This is going to be the policy. But it was mentioned last night on Lords of the Night, because there's a part of this, Jack. You're not allowed to make fun of anybody because of their protected statuses. Sex, race, national origin, all of that shit. You're not allowed to make fun of them for that. And Satsu made the comment, well, that means you can make fun of it. You can't make fun of anybody but white males. I'm like, actually, it means you can't even make fun of them.
Well, technically, no, but YouTube will let that slide.
I don't think they will, especially if it's brought out publicly.
It'll take a little while for that to happen, though. Because who listens to Whitey?
I think they would have to answer that really quick. And apparently some people are having issues seeing likes on the stream. Yeah.
At this point, are you shocked?
Ebony says, is this because of Copa? No. This is because Steven Crowder called Carlos Maza a lispy queer.
Yeah. I already set up a DLive account and I have a BitChute account. So
I have accounts all over the place. I might have to dust them off. I just watched Razor Fist video on this, and he's pretty sure he's getting yeeted. I don't know about him. He's done a pretty decent job of. I can't remember too many videos of him going after other creators. Most of what he hits is on a large political scale, you know.
yeah.
Maybe they can get him for a little bit of harassment there, but I doubt it. So I actually think he's probably in the best position of anybody I know, of anybody I watch. Maybe John Ward, because John Ward also does that. You know, it's news entertainer kind of things. But pretty much everybody else I know is in some we're in some pretty deep shit.
Yeah, this could really screw over a lot of people that aren't even in like the political realm. That just, you know, if you don't like a movie or you criticize Jimmy Fallon and NBC's like, oh, I don't like that, he's harassing us. You know, that could apply too, because these bigger companies are who they're favoring in all this.
Yeah, because as I said, they tell you, even if you don't break the rules, if you do it, it seems to be if you make a video about somebody more than once or twice, then it can be. How many videos can I make calling Jimmy Kimmel a fat coward, a fat pussy?
Yeah, where's the line drawn?
P-Dog, thank you so much. He says Kevin Logan's entire catalog could be struck. I went over and I was looking at certain creators and like, a lot of you should be worried instead of wearing those smiles.
Well, that's just it. People like this, authoritarian types, never think they're going to be on the losing end. That's why, like, Trotsky was shocked he got an ice pick to the head because he was part of the revolution. Well, the people that start the revolution are not the survivors of the revolution.
I just, my crisis of faith there, Jack, is I don't believe in shutting people's free speech down. But I know a lot of my friends' channels, a lot of people that I really enjoy, they're going to end up burned by this.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not fair. And I can't even speak about it properly. I can't even speak about it honestly because my free speech has been limited in all this.
Yep.
And I'm not going to lie to you, man. I'm torn right now. I'm torn. We'll see what the next few days brings, but if I sat down and decided, you know what, fuck it, fire with fire, that's a hard conversation I'm having with myself right now.
Well, there's a time when maybe you have to set your principles aside, whether that's right now or later. I don't know, but like when the shit hits the fan, you may not be able to die on the hill you think you would die on, you know. And
no, I get you, but see, I've said before, if you set your principles aside, they're not your principles.
Yeah,
and I believe that, I really do. But this is YouTube's. This isn't my fight. I didn't start this.
No, they started it with you.
And okay, let one of my videos get hit, motherfucker. Watch me lose my fucking mind.
I bet everybody's going to get hit by this. If you do anything remotely political, Scribe could get hit. He does videos on TED Talks, and those people could complain.
Thankfully, I don't think most people who do TED Talks watch much YouTube, or at least not, go Google themselves to see if someone's talking about it.
It doesn't have to be them. It could be somebody that supports them. Look at the body positive people. They're fucking nuts. Same with the vegans. So you criticize one of them, that you just entered a whole new realm of concern because they're going to go mass flagging people. You think the flat earthers aren't going to go after like Sir Sick or somebody?
Here's the thing, YouTube. Because right now it seems like they're until Bearing, it seemed like they were giving a grace period, which they've done with rule changes in the past. If you want to go through and go, all right, that video is bad, we're going to take that video down. Fine. You shouldn't be striking anyone for anything that was said before December 11th. No strikes, period. Not for this new policy, because that's nonsense. It's nonsense. They're going to, of course.
Yeah.
But if you want to go through and go, yeah, we're going to take that down. We're going to take that down. Fine. Fuck you. I don't care. The strikes is where it's like, no, that's a step too far.
Well, you got super chat.
Thank you, Nico, who says, do you have a backup plan in place, Ranting? I have places all over. Just in case, follow me on Twitter, guys. If anything happens, I'll let you know there.
Yeah, one of the things I would lost my thought. Oh yeah. I think that this is starting with flaggings. I don't think YouTube's actually going out and looking.
They're not.
I think they're just taking the reports, is how I understood it.
Yes, which is the problem, because if there's only a 30-day grace period and it's only when people flag you, all you got to do is wait 31 days. Because everywhere in the past, Cirque said they were giving 30 days. Do you have a source on that? They've done that in the past, but I did not see that in relation to this one. All you got to do is wait 31 days to start hitting things.
I think they're going to do it right away. I think they're already started. There's like Bearing already got hit. I think that's not unusual. It sounded to me, from what I had read on this from various news articles and what I heard online, that there was no grace period. It's just on December 10th we're implementing this, and that's it.
Zombie Teddy says, how can you make money on Twitter? I never figured that out. You sell books, you sell your nudes, you sell foot pictures, like that. You do something that gets you really big in the news, like Hotep Jesus, and then you use that to sell a shitty book you wrote. There you go. You just made money on Twitter. YouTube. There should be no penalty. No penalty for anything before yesterday. No, I don't care when it's reported to you.
Yeah.
None. And there needs to be actual fucking rules. Stop this guideline bullshit. This, well, we know it when we see it kind of nonsense. And give me some actual fucking rules. Tell me I can't call somebody a stupid cunt. Fine. I won't say that. But telling me I have to guess what your fucking rules are is retarded. With a hard R. It is retarded.
Yeah, they're never going to do that, though. This is just them shooting themselves in the foot. This is too much at once. They're doing this rollout. You got to abide by the COPA rules. Too many different creators are going to get hit at once from different aspects of YouTube. And
oh, no. This doesn't hurt YouTube at all. It doesn't hurt them at all. You guys have to remember what YouTube is trying to do. YouTube is trying to become your cable company, your new Netflix, your new Hulu. They want to have wholesome family programming.
Like I said, they're shooting themselves in the foot because there's already too much competition for that stuff. They think they want to go in that direction, but that's not what made them what they are.
True, but what made them what they are isn't around anymore anyway. Part of what made them what they are is old Philly D. Part of what made them what they are is Banana Onision and Onision fucking his driveway. Part of what made them what they are is Shane Dawson doing blackface. That's what made them what they are.
Yeah, well, that's the problem is the edgy content is what brings eyeballs. And I think they're going in really the wrong direction, but we'll see.
What about YouTube Kids? I'm not sure what you're asking about it there. It is what it is. I mean, you still have people like Ryan's Toy Review over there, I guess. It's a chance to wipe the board and enter the mainstream. That's part of it.
Yeah, the whole thing with the commercially viable is another way of getting rid of people they don't like. Well, oh, you're just not commercially viable.
Mhm.
You if you don't swear enough, you'll be labeled kids content. If you swear too much, you're not commercially viable. There's there's a lot of vague ways they can get rid of people they don't like.
Jack, this is an important time to remind remind YouTube. This is scripted material. Everything we're saying right now has been scripted. We wrote it down before we started. It might seem like it's spontaneous, but it is absolutely scripted.
Yes, much like the War of the Worlds from Orson Welles, we are just amazing actors.
We're very, very good at what we do. Even that little thing I said there was in the script. This part is in the script.
Yes, we are recorded before a live studio audience.
That's one of the exceptions. It's one of the exceptions they wrote into it was if it's scripted content, because they want to make sure that Jimmy Kimmel can still say horrible things about people, and that late night comedians could. We can also do diss tracks. Those are okay still, all within limits. You're just not allowed to hide behind it's a joke. They actually say this, Jack. Stand-up comedians get an exception, but you're not allowed to hide behind it's a joke.
Well, then how do stand-up comedians get a pass?
Yeah. How about this? How about I'm not hiding behind it's a joke? It's a fucking joke. I'm not hiding behind it. I'm pointing it out because you're too fucking retarded to understand. You just hide behind it's a joke. No. It's a joke and you're a moron and I had to spell it out and ruin the fucking joke.
Well, there's that.
I fucking hate these people, Jack.
I know. This is what happens when you let crazy people run things.
Thank you, Terry Diamandis, who says, my script says donate here. Yeah, don't forget, guys, we are brought to you by you. If you enjoy what you hear, hit us up at our Streamlabs, which Nuts was so kind to just put into chat there. I can't tell you not to donate to Streamlabs or to Super Chat because YouTube, that's against the YouTube rules. So if you'd like to donate there, you can. But there is the option of Streamlabs where Susan doesn't get a cut. Fuck that cunt. She is so bad at her job.
She's either really bad or really, really good because if they're trying to change YouTube completely, that she's doing an amazing job.
She is the one reportedly who convinced Google to buy YouTube. And she did this at a time when the people I talked about a little bit ago were building the platform, when it was broadcast yourself.
Yeah.
And from that, she's like, I can turn it into the next Cox Cable. I don't understand what she's doing.
I don't either.
You'll have to be a licensed comedian, yeah. Frankly, I'm funnier. Me and Jack are both funnier than most working comedians I've seen.
The late night crowd, especially.
All of the late night crowd, man. Holy shit.
So unfunny. It's sad.
Susan's like your typical bad manager. Susan, and I don't want to put this on women, but I'm going to put this on women. Susan is the reason a woman shouldn't be in charge of a company like this. And again, this isn't a bad thing. Please understand. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. She's a woman. Women tend to be kind. Women tend to care more about feelings. They tend to be more empathetical. Now, that's not to say we don't have a bunch of cowardly pussy-ass motherfucking men out there right now. There's a bunch of them out there too, trying to prove just how deep their vaginas are. Patrick Starr, thank you so much, says, my script says take Patty. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Terry Diamandis in the Streamlabs. He says, this script sucks. I have to donate to you too. Yeah, sorry, man. That's just the way we wrote it.
Yeah, indeed. Sorry. It was a writer's meeting. That's what we came up with.
It was a compromise. Monkey wanted to be involved.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But because she's that person, she hears Carlos Maza whining about getting his little gay feelings hurt. And that's what he put. Look, I'm not being mean here. That's what he pulled, my gay feelings. And she's like, well, he shouldn't have to feel bad. We should fix that. We should fix that. He shouldn't have his gay feelings hurt. That's what it came to. And that's why you need a guy in there who's going to be like, tell him to suck it up.
Yeah, walk it off, Nancy. Yeah, you can't have everybody's feelings in account because you're going to get some crazy loon whose feelings are hurt at every little thing on behalf of someone else. Shut up.
Susan basically went to bat for her because Vox is owned by NBC. Do you know that? That's who Carla Mazza worked for at the time. That's who Vox is a subsidiary of NBC. You went to bat for your competitor again. I wonder what would happen if she ever went to bat for the average creator the way she does for all of the other news organizations out there. Thank you, X Bubba Hotep, who says, my part of the script tells me to donate $5 and say, fuck YouTube.
Yeah, that
YouTube,
one.
The script is... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say that part of the script may have been during a drinking period.
I'll just say, look, YouTube, it's in the script. We have to do it.
It's a bit.
There are times where, sure, you can go, okay, that's harassment. You need to leave them alone. I don't know, like, say, doxing somebody, spreading their dox, Christy.
Yeah.
Because even if you want to go so far as to say Christy Winters did not dox Bering, you know what she did do? She ran around all over the place spreading that dox. Yeah. Happily so. So.
Oh, and didn't the new terms and conditions say something about your behavior off of YouTube as well?
Not that I saw, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised because all of these assholes want to do that now. If you're mean to somebody off our site, then we can kick you off. Like, well, damn. See how everyone lies under communism. This is very. Look, I get it. It's not fun to be made fun of. It's not, especially if it's not in jest with your friends. You call me a dumbass or something like that, Jack. That's cool. I'm that way with most. Anybody can insult me. I don't really give a fuck. But I understand that most people aren't like that. That they get their feelings hurt if somebody makes fun of them or something. Walk it off. It's because we gave up the sticks and stones thing. Sticks and stones became words are the most hurtful thing ever.
Yeah.
It's like, you ever been punched in the face? Because let me tell you something. When you get punched in the face, not only do you get the actual physical pain, but that person wanted to hurt you. There's a thought for you.
I had a crowbar to my kneecap was probably the worst pain I ever felt.
Oh.
And that hurt a lot more than somebody saying something mean to me.
Let me tell you, Jack, nobody's ever said anything that felt worse than me laying in a ball on my floor, crying in pain while my son watched.
Yeah.
Nothing has ever felt that bad. And I had somebody tell me my mom died to get away from me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of hurtful, ain't it?
Yeah. Well, here, let me show you something that might help your situation.
Oh,
here.
let's see.
This will make us feel better. This is the cover of the new Time magazine where they named Greta Thunberg Person of the Year.
That makes him look like a mermaid.
It does, doesn't it? But yeah, I mean, first of all, my concern is if she's so worried about climate change, why is she on the shore where the rising waters will come to her? But yeah, I wanted to share this because this is an important person of the year.
Yes.
And this is totally a scripted show. So I'm not pointing out anything else. I just wanted to present this to kind of lighten the mood a bit because we're both very angry right now. And it's part of the show. This is sort of like the little intermission. So
Mr. Hughes says, so it turns out Bob in the break room is really just Susan. No, Susan just keeps listening to Bob. Bob in the break room. Susan, stop listening to Bob in the break room. He's an asshole. There's a reason he's mopping the floor. You guys got him on one of those things where you get special money if you hire that kind of person. Just throwing that out there. Not that all people who mop floors are that way. Just Bob. Bob would be a door greeter if it wasn't for what you guys are doing for him there at Google. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Greta Thunberg. I heard, is it Thunberg? Because I've heard a lot of people say it that way.
Who fucking cares at this point?
Greta, how very dare you, Trashenberg, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
She is Time Magazine's Person of the Year, and yeah, the young people are so inspiring. You know, Jack, that's actually a good. That's actually more related than people might think.
I just wanted an excuse to show that picture.
No, I'm glad you did. It's more related than you might think. We have a whole generation right now who they're all up in their feelings, man. All up in their feelings. And these are the young people that need to lead the way. Chuck Schumer actually tweeted out about that Time Magazine cover. I bet Trump's mad about it again. The young people are such an inspiration. Now I'm paraphrasing, but all of that is in his fucking tweet. And yeah, young people are their inspiration. It's not about doing it for the kids now. It's about doing what the kids tell them. It's like, you're supposed to be the adult, you dumb fuck. You gargoyle-looking piece of shit. Oh, I just made fun of his looks, didn't I? Well, I didn't say anything about him, but he's Jewish, right?
I don't know.
Is calling a Jewish person a gargoyle, is that because
I've never heard that one as a slur.
Well, I was just thinking, I mean, sometimes gargoyles have big noses, Jews have big noses. Okay, let me take that back. He's not a gargoyle. I don't even want to fuck with that one. So let's erase that. We meant to actually take that out of the script, but it's still written in there, Susan. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that one was supposed to be edited out. Sometimes it's wrong drafts.
Yeah. You big no fuckhead. I can't say anything. Look, you're not supposed to let children lead the way. That's actually the exact opposite of what you're supposed to be doing.
Oh, Functional gave you a Jew pass. That's cool.
Oh, thanks, Functional.
I forgot we wrote that into the script later. Thanks for reminding me, Functional.
Yeah, it's you know, we're working with the live audience as we write this. So,
over on the Streamlabs, thank you, Phil Oliver Holes.
Yeah,
yeah. Push monkey down the stairs, money.
Thank you. Terry says gargoyle. You're calling him a non-Jew. Oh shit! Damn it! I didn't mean to imply that. Did you see Joe Biden? Reportedly, I haven't seen confirmation of this, and the news article I saw said the campaign hadn't confirmed it yet. But reportedly, Joe Biden said, "I may be Irish, but I'm not an idiot."
Yeah, well, I mean, would you be surprised?
No, that's the thing. I mean, there's a lot of people who are like, you know, if they said that, I'm like, I don't think that's probably what he actually said. But with Joe, I'm like, yeah, he probably said that. Sir Wolfgang, thank you so much. He says, have some fuck YouTube money. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, it helps out, guys.
in chat, Ebony says, so Whitney Houston was wrong. No. What Whitney Houston said is, I believe children are our future, not our now, which is how they're treating children now.
Yeah.
We're going to follow them instead of teach them to lead the way. Teach them to.
Anytime somebody says you need to follow the example of the children, they're trying to sell you something, and it's not good.
Well, she does say, let them lead the way. That is exactly what her line was. So maybe she's a little bit wrong.
Yeah. No, never let children lead the way.
No.
You'll be lost inside of 5 minutes. They have no concept of orienteering or direction finding, and you'll probably die out in the woods.
They eat boogers. Look, I've raised 3 children. I now have 3 grandchildren. I love them all, but children are dumb.
Yeah, they're dumb as shit. And that's why you can trick them into believing in randomly stupid things, like the color blue is actually green.
They're not actually dumb. Let me rephrase. They're ignorant.
Yeah,
they're ignorant. They don't know. That's what we're supposed to do. Teach them. No, we're gonna listen to the 16-year-old. She's the smartest person ever. There was a great post. Let me see if I can find it, Jack. It was about Greta. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, sure. Now YouTube or Twitter blows up when I'm looking for something specific. It didn't move the whole time I was on Bear Show. Like 3 new posts show up, but now
it's morning time though.
Go back to sleep, bitches. I'm looking for something. Shit, that was it.
Dangerous said, "Let children lead the way." So we are now eating Tide Pods.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
I'm gonna put this one on the screen because it's that good.
Cassandra pointed out that it's teach them well before letting them lead the way. That's a very good point.
This post, it's a picture of Greta there, and it says, "Not the kid that created a new water filtration system, not the kid that created a way to clean up the ocean pollution, not the dog that killed the leader of the largest terrorist organization. Nope, a bad actor who read a useless speech that got her memed."
Yeah,
I could not have said that better myself. There are kids out there. There's actually smart kids out there, really smart kids.
Yeah, but I'm still not letting them lead me anywhere.
No, I'm with you on that. But if you're going to call him Person of the Year, pick one of those.
I'm with Ebony on this one. She said, "For the record, I don't take advice from anyone under 38." That is a very smart thing to do.
Yeah, that's Greta being personally. Now, when I heard that, I was talking to Lady Monkey. Somebody mentioned yesterday the possibility that the whistleblower would be the Time Person of the Year.
Yeah.
And I thought, ooh, probably. And I'd forgotten all about Greta. And I was talking to Lady Monkey right before they announced it on the morning news yesterday. And she said, somebody said it might be that Greta girl. I said, it's going to be Greta. She goes, really? I'm like, oh, yeah, it's going to be Greta. There's no other choice there. Even with the whistleblower, there's no other choice. It had to be Greta because she is the most smartest person ever. She can't cry on cue, but goddamn, she can read a speech somebody else wrote for her.
Yeah, she was trying so hard to cry too.
Oh, she was. It was so bad.
Ugh.
But she got a whole bunch of kids to stop going to school. She's not going to school. Her entire platform is do nothing, which is funny because she's out there bitching that people won't do anything. So she's doing nothing.
Well, I mean, if you do something, you might accidentally pick up some of the colonialist science that might save the planet.
Right.
By doing nothing, you are doing something. Ooh, profound. I don't know. Those people are fucking dumb.
Functional says, I don't remember who, but I think it was P-Dog thought it might be Juicy Smollett. And I said, no way, Greta. Yeah, it had to be Greta. Had to be Greta. There's no one else who the media loved more this year. Not that, in that manner. They fucking wanted to make little Greta babies, the sick fucks.
Well, half surprised she's not transitioning yet, but
give her time.
Yeah, this poor kid's gonna be a mess for the rest of her life.
Oh yeah.
And I don't mean a big slobby mess like certain people that gyrate, in a sort of boogie-like fashion, but a big mess in a different way.
She had already started to lose relevance before this article came out, and she'll disappear again in a couple of days. Nobody gives a shit where you are around the world, kid. And that fame is dying, and this is an autistic kid that you guys put up there as this spokesperson. If she's really the autist they tell us she is, this is not a good thing to be doing to her.
No. And she's going to wonder why people aren't listening to her. She's going to obsess on the topic of climate change and believe we are actually all going to die in 10 years. This is going to traumatize this child.
Yeah, so good job, Greta, on your Person of the Year thing. As Count Dankula pointed out, Hitler was once Time Magazine's Man of the Year. Yeah.
He was a big environmentalist as well. Didn't believe in chemical warfare either.
Yeah. He loved Jews.
Well, that not so much, but yeah.
Juice.
Oh, juice. Oh, yes. Well, he was a vegetarian.
Yeah, I hear he really liked grape. Fuck. Look, YouTube, it's in the script. We can't help it.
Took us a long time to work out the jokes.
Man.
Some of them are a little rough drafty. Yeah.
I feel so judged.
I do too.
You know, but there's a big part of me, Jack, that's like, just fuck. I'm not taking any precautions. Mundane Matt tweeted out earlier that apparently there's some people going the Medicare route, taking down enough of their shit where it actually bumps them out of the partner program.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. You still have to make sure you have at least 4,000 hours in the last year, because that is a rolling thing. Once you're in the partner program, you have to keep that up. Once you're in the partner program, you have to keep up that 4,000 hours a year. And when you get rid of a video, that goes away. So, yeah. He loved juice like O.J. Simpson. Somehow that makes sense. Yeah. He also was real big on showers. Very clean guy.
Yeah.
Very clean guy. Nico, thank you, Nico, who says, do you have to shuffle papers for the script? No, we memorize the script like a good actor would.
Yeah, I do have some papers around, but, you probably won't hear them because the pop filter usually filters it out.
It was very smart of us to write that into our script, Jack, so we can explain that to people. Thank you for the donation, Nico. There was other things I wanted to talk about over here. Jack, you know who Roman Polanski is, right?
The rapist? Yeah.
That rat-faced rapist? Yeah.
Yeah, the one that France has been protecting for the past 30 years or whatever.
He's in the news. Was in the news yesterday. And I'm not going to read the title of the article. I'm just going to read the first paragraph. Film director Roman Polanski has spoken out for the first time since another woman accused him of rape, declaring that the media are, quote, trying to make me into a monster.
No, the raping did that.
Yeah. That's what made you into a monster. Nobody has to try. You drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl. And guys, this isn't one of those times where we have to say allegedly. Fucker admitted it. He was on his way to go to jail for it. And skip the country, and the French have been protecting him ever since. And he raped a 13-year-old girl, reportedly anally. But yeah. And he goes on to say, Jack, in an extraordinary twist, he blamed Harvey Weinstein for his woes in an interview with Paris Match magazine published Wednesday.
No, his woes are that he was going to get convicted and he fled.
Oh, wait. Hang on. This is my favorite part of the article, Jack. He claimed the disgraced Hollywood mogul tried to brand him a child rapist to stop him from winning the Oscar in 2003 for The Pianist.
He is a
child rapist.
The girl was like 13.
She was 13. Yeah, there's an old joke. You remember those gross joke books? There's a joke that says, what goes into 13 twice? Roman Polanski.
Yeah. I mean, what is the man delusional? Is he that far huffing his own farts that he's that high?
Yeah, for those of you, because Tom Leach says he admitted it, so this wasn't like Julian Assange. No. He admitted what he did. He was supposed to be going to turn himself in, wasn't he? When he just disappeared.
He was supposed to go to the last hearing or whatever to turn himself in. And it was a foregone conclusion that he was guilty.
Mm-hmm.
So because he already confessed to it, and he fled to France, and he's been there ever since. If he's so worried about his reputation, he should show up in a U.S. court and sue Harvey Weinstein. Well, wait, he'd go to jail for fleeing and the whole rape thing.
Yeah, he comes up every now and then, usually when one of his movies comes out, because he's still directing movies, you guys. He's been directing movies this whole time. He's a movie director. He was married to Sharon Tate for a while before she got killed.
He was married to her when she died.
When she died, right.
Yeah.
he's directed things like The Pianist from 2003. Did that actually win the Oscar? I can't remember.
I don't think so. I don't remember. I think he
Oscar
does have an
nominated.
Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar nominated in many categories that year. He directed Chinatown, which is an excellent movie. It's sad it has his dirty jizz stains on it.
Yeah.
But a woman came to his house with her daughter, and I forget the exact particulars, but for some reason, mom went away, and Roman drugged this girl's drink. He gave her alcohol with a Cosby in it.
Yeah, some Quaaludes.
And then took her to his room and fucked her. 13-year-old. But Harvey Weinstein was trying to paint him as a monster, or to paint him as a child rapist. You are a fucking child rapist, you shitbag. Adrian Brody did win the Oscar in The Pianist. Yeah, okay. But I don't think Polanski didn't win that year, did he?
I don't think so. Oh yeah, he did. He won for.
Did he?
Well, he might have. I don't know.
He's a shitbag, and Hollywood for a long time just absolutely still protected him. Just pretended that it never happened. And then it was in the 2003 era where people started going, "Excuse me, this guy raped a kid." And our shitbag news media, you know what they did? They actually went out and found this girl, and she said, I don't think Roman should be that he should be punished. I don't think he should be punished.
Because it's been so long. I mean, what's the point to her? So, he's escaped justice effectively. She probably just gave up.
But well, she also has
she
has a mom who's a huge fan of him, and this is why with something like this, when a man comes out and admits that he raped somebody, we don't let the victim decide punishment. Society gets that choice. We do that.
We need to figure out right now if Roman Polanski is considered a sexual orientation because he's a child predator. Are child predators a sexual orientation now?
Dangerous says he won best director for The Pianist. That was the year they gave him a standing ovation, I believe. Yeah, that's Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, look at how many of them get busted for doing awful things to children anyway. So is anyone surprised? So, yeah, we need to find out if we're marginalizing an already marginalized community.
Susan, the script requires us to ask you, are we allowed to make jokes about Polanski being a fucking degenerate child molester?
Yeah, because or are child molesters considered a sexual orientation now, and are they a protected class? What is YouTube's stance on that? Because we actually need to know that.
We do. It's imperative for the rest of the jokes I have. Let's see. Obviously, this is talking about the other girl he supposedly raped. He said he absolutely denied beating and raping French photographer Valentine Monnier at his Swiss chalet in 1975. Obviously, I have no memory of this because it's false. Clearly, accusing me of rape isn't sensational enough anymore. You have to add another layer. I do not hit women. Yeah. No, you fuck kids.
Yeah, I don't put anything past a kid diddler.
This article, Jack. It doesn't even bring up the statutory rape because that's what they called it. It doesn't bring that up until almost the bottom of the article. Oh yeah, by the way, he Polanski admitted to the statutory rape of a girl in a plea bargain in 1977 to avoid a trial on more serious charges. But he fled to France after serving 42 days in jail when it appeared a judge was reconsidering his release. Yeah. Asked by Paris Match if he felt the victim of the saga, Polanski said, "For years, they have been trying to make me into a monster." You raped a 13-year-old girl. Nobody's making you a monster. You did that. Yeah. Talking about Weinstein, it was him who dug up my case with Samantha Geimer I don't know how you say name, from 26 years before. Ready for this? Ready for this? Which no one was interested in anymore.
What?
This motherfucker, you French pieces of shit over there. This is why nobody likes you, France. You are protecting a child rapist. They won't extradite him.
That's something I never understood. If you don't protect your children, who will you protect? So what we should have done, and I still think we should, is if France won't turn him over, we should send a team of special ops in to snatch him out. Because this is bullshit.
Send Conan over there.
Yeah, let him. He already sniffed out one weirdo.
How you doing, Polly?
Oh,
that's how he wrote his intro into the show, guys. Did you like it? That's that's his new thing when he comes in. That's all he's gonna do.
It's just.
Do you know how hard that is to spell?
Oh, yeah, it's got a lot of M's and H's, few N's.
Oh God,
this YouTube thing's got me down, man.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Well, I mean, I'm not alone.
No, you're not. We're with you. We're trying to liven ourselves up, actually. Hopefully the audience as well, because we're both like not happy about it. So, we were talking about a kitty diddler.
Oh yeah, I heard Polanski. I've been sitting in the back, fucking.
I had the story on the screen.
It's fine. No, I was listening to the story just quietly and on my own. Jack wasn't interfering either. It was fine.
The other guests can't see it.
What?
That you're waiting.
No, I just Jack wasn't interfering. You were just reading the story. You know, it was all just.
StreamYards, if you're out there listening, actually, I'm gonna have to give it a thumbs down today, just so I don't know if you get the box when you thumbs up. Can't remember, but I'm gonna start getting can we please have a ding or something to let us know there's somebody waiting to get in? Because
that would be useful, actually, right?
It would be
little pop up. That's a good suggestion. Fuck yeah.
Another good thing would be just if the other people could see it. Because they could go, yo, monkey, somebody's waiting. Anyhow.
No, it should be like the sound of those little sliding wooden door panels on the speakeasy doors.
Oh, yeah.
And it'd be like, someone's at your back door.
I do think YouTube, with the new changes, they need to just go all in. And I said this earlier, change the name of it to Daycare Tube. I feel like that's more fitting.
Daycare. I couldn't resist going to Phil DeFranco's channel and seeing his hot take on all.
Oh God, yeah.
Because you knew he was going to have one, right? And so, did you see what it was titled?
I did, but I don't remember it. Because real quick, I just want to explain. I didn't have a good chance to dive into this because by the time I woke up and this had all broke, the family was here, so I only got to see it when I'd come down for a cigarette real fast. But I saw Philly had made his video. So I'm like, all right, guys, I'll be right back up. I just need a couple minutes. I have to watch this. So what was the title of it? I forget.
YouTube's new crackdown. iDubbbz content cop removed.
Yes.
Viral slapper exposed. And Anthony Padilla and my new show, which is... I don't even know who this Anthony Padilla fucking moron is, but I press play and some overmoosed guy with like 15 fucking finger rings on is doing his impression of Philip DeFucco, going, "Oh, welcome to the Philly D show. I'm a retard like Phil." Oh, wait, I can't say it anymore. I'm a special individual like Philly D.
No, it's okay. You didn't make fun of the fact that he's gay. We don't know that he's actually retarded, so that is not a special class for him. So you can call him retarded. That's okay. That's in the rules, you guys.
Yeah.
That's I'm letter of the laws as far as we know it.
So I mean, Philly just and he did what you'd think he does. Like he talks about just what's going on as if he's giving you the sly inside story, and he's really not. He's just he played the entirety of he played 3/4 of Carlos Maza's supercut of Crowder calling him lispy queer, et cetera, right? And it's like, Phil, you know what? Like, just go straight to hell, man.
I wouldn't have minded him doing that if he would have pointed out this is the whole reason we're doing it and explained the whole backstory that happened there, which he didn't.
He said he kind of does, right? He goes, "Oh, for those of you that don't remember, here's what happened," and then plays clip after clip of Crowder doing all of these things, and it's like, yeah, but play the whole context of it. Like, it's him joking, it's harsh comedy. The whole show's based on comedy. It's a comedy show. He describes it as a late night comedy show. What aren't you grasping about this? Even though he describes a full 3 minutes later to spread it out as far as possible that an exemption is being made for comedy shows, except for, of course, the people who say things that we don't like.
He also didn't show where Carlos Maza suggests that Crowder's gay, clearly calling Crowder a gay man as an insult. He wasn't doing it to say, "Oh, look, he's gay too." No, he's trying to be.
This is
None of that. And he doesn't provide the context that at the time, everything that Crowder said was fine under YouTube rules, and that because of Maza whining like a little, it's hard not to say that word. This all changed, and it changed like a cigarette. It changed.
A bundle of sticks.
Yes, a bundle of sticks to form a mighty. Remember that from The Simpsons?
That the whole world has to change because Carlos got his feelings hurt when he was part of it. He was part of it.
I believe that he did get his feelings hurt. I believe that he got angry at Crowder doing that. But more angry than anything is that every Vox video that he would put up, which was straight up Marxist spin, attack right-wing media. It was Media Matters shit, like he had learned when he worked there. This is what Carlos Maza did. Yep. And Crowder would debunk it harshly. And it would not every time he would put something up, but the ones that got under his skin. And it's like, you know what? You're bugging me with your Fox News controls the news narrative in ways for people that don't even watch it, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I'm going to debunk this whole thing. And did a fairly good job of it, and would get X amount of more views than Carlos Maza. And that's really what was fueling his anger. If there's some YouTube channel out there that had 15,000 subs that was doing this and only got 3,000 views on the videos, Maza wouldn't care. It was the size of it. And did you see Carlos Maza's responses to this today on Twitter?
I didn't, but I'm sure he's happy as a clam.
Grip your table, monkey, because you're wrong. This isn't enough. It doesn't go nearly far enough.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
If guys like Crowder, if the largest creators, the most popular creators are not going to be kicked off, then none of this does anything.
Didn't Phil bring that up?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I did see that.
He did, but I'd seen it earlier on because I'm like, this guy, this isn't going to be happy because nothing's ever enough, right? To be like, I thought he was honestly going to say, this is a step in the right direction, but here's what we really need to do. No, he didn't even do this. I was dead wrong. He didn't even do the step in the right direction shit. He just said, this is just wrong. And
and this is why I said, I think the only way that this is going to be reversed in any meaningful manner, which I don't think it will be, if somebody went through all of what Carlos has done, I guarantee you there's stuff that breaks the rules. Guarantee it. What are we doing here?
This is Philip DeFranco's Social Blade. Remember he lost 10,000 subs during the Purge on Tuesday? Yeah, the following Monday, he got every single one of them back.
I'm shocked.
Really? You got every fucking single one of them back, Phil?
Oh, everything. Polly, he probably picked up a few.
Yeah, the purge that happened there, guys, is they went through and supposedly got rid of everybody who's not a real person on YouTube anymore. So,
and apparently they all became real again. That's
odd. Wow.
It was the power of wishes because they became real boys, just like Pinocchio.
Isn't that a little it's not surprising, but it's so blatant. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It really is. It really is. I got to start talking nicer about YouTube so that they'll do this for me.
By the way,
fuck YouTube.
Something else you might want to see if you just put the screen up again there real quick. This is Graphtron,
wow.
Which this is Phil's amount of patrons, not views or anything, but this is during the Patreon purge. You can see back in February here.
Yeah.
And in February, this is where it ended, where you could actually see those numbers. Now you have to subscribe to get them. But it's more than that, interestingly enough, because he's at 9,800. I think Phil got a hold of these people and had them block his name because he doesn't appear on the list anywhere of top creators. But ContraPoints is still on there.
Can't believe ContraPoints has that many goddamn patrons.
Well, do the math in between the two that are actually listed. 44,000 a month, 49,000 a month. That puts him, her, it, they, zer at what? I don't know, 47,000 a month for a month.
Well, at least 44.
Oh, 44,050. Yeah.
It's
So at least 44 grand a month.
Goddamn.
That's shocking. That's shocking.
I guess I got to start making really crazy videos with awesome camera work and shitty filters.
Look where Lindsay Ellis is at.
I just got really fucking peppermint in my eye again. Guys, why do I do that?
Wait, peppermint how? How'd that happen?
Because of my sinuses in the wintertime and this time of year, I don't like to use nose spray because you become dependent on it. So I use peppermint oil to keep my nose clean.
Okay.
And occasionally I just put it in my mustache because then it just stays.
Oh, okay.
But then you accidentally, touch your face and then your fucking eye.
Yeah.
Like I just did. And I can't read right now, guys. I'm really sorry.
I've done that with hot pepper. Like, cutting up
God
peppers
damn.
and then touch your eye and then it's like all over with. I mean, Lindsay Ellis is
I heard about a bartender doing that, but it was with Don Lemon.
I believe it was just a patron, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know, but it was Don Lemon Juice.
It was Don Lemon Juice. Don't get Don Lemon Juice in your mustache.
Or in your eye.
People aren't listed here that should be, that have been pulled down. Like, I mean, you got Jesus Christ, when Lindsay Ellis is close to Red Letter Media, I just want to go jump off of a fucking
Who's Lindsay Ellis? Why do I know that name?
She's the nostalgia chick. You might know her from that.
Oh, name. Okay.
Yeah. She's gone to doing like higher production value videos, right?
Oh,
she got some
bitch.
What?
Keep going. It's just my fucking eye keeps trying to open.
Oh, okay. Shit, I thought you were really mad about the high production values. Son of a bitch.
That icy cool sensation. Yes, it doesn't hurt a whole bunch. It's just it's a weird fucking feeling.
It's like an Arctic blast right in your eye.
My
Random American asked, "What the heck is a ContraPoint?" Oh, bless you, sir. Keep on with that. Just stay there. Stay.
Don't look it up.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding, man. It'll just make you mad.
You know what you can look up? I have a Patreon, guys. If you'd like to support me there, that's my pitch.
Oh, okay.
I my fingers were tired of writing the script at that point, so I had to take a break. So
And Random American, so what the hell is Lindsay Ellis even doing anymore? She had this really high production value videos. Like she went out to Notre Dame before it was burned down and did a whole expansive video on the Hunchback, the Disney's Hunchback. Most of her materials Disney related, not enough gay. And I'm not even saying that to be a smartass. That it really is this is gay coding. This is gay coding. This villain is meant to be gay. Like, what's the villain's name in Aladdin?
Jafar.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of gay coding in him and that kind of thing.
He's got gay coding in him. Coding or coating?
Coding. Like as in his character design, they always draw them with, according to her, with like heavy mascara and like feminine features and ponytails and stuff like this. And because they can't really show gay, they do. That
seems homosexual bashing to me.
Oh, of course it does, but that's
nuts. Thank you so much for dropping our Streamlabs links. Yeah, guys, if you'd like to support the show, please do so, and please support the gentlemen who are on it. They are great creators. Follow them. Their links are all down below, but there's their Streamlabs links right there where you can toss them a shekel or two, or if you're European, you can give them a pound or two. Pound these guys. Pound them out.
That used to mean something
Jafar.
inside urban culture, man. Like giving somebody some dat, give them a pound, like a pound with fists.
Yeah, I know pounding.
There's also fist bump.
You can also
but then
pound
guys like you
and
made it perverted. Yeah.
Guys like me, I didn't do it.
Well, it
was my generation probably, but I didn't do it personally.
you assisted. I know. I know you're kind.
We'll pound that ass. Yeah, there's two different meanings to I will pound that ass. If it's a beautiful woman, it doesn't mean the same thing as it's an annoying guy.
No, but I mean, isn't that the point? Like Mr. Dax says, gay coding, like lisp. Yeah, exactly. Almost like these things only work in one direction, the direction of the people that would argue the point to begin with. This whole situation is just depressing, guys. I don't even see it as a specific case. It's like iDubbbz's video goes down and Shill Up to Faco makes it. I really like that video because blah, blah, blah. You know what, Phil? It's a good fucking thing you don't have fucking enemies out there. Real good fucking thing. That they don't go back and look up you being a frat fucking douchebag years ago. So you'd be like, forced fucking apologized. He made this fucking argument that, well, hold on. He made YouTube's argument for them that, well, the problem is like, what happens if they change their stuff now? What makes sense? What sense does it make going back? Well, because they're still hosting it. So though while the rules are new and you executed your upload under good faith back then, the rules have changed and now they're still putting it up there. Oh, like all your bullshit where you're calling out this woman for making money off her tits and this, that, and the third. See, the fucking call out fuckers and the cancel culture bastards and the people that run adjacent to it, like fucking Phil, that act all fucking supportive of it when it happens with people he doesn't agree with. They never ever feel like it should fucking burn them. And how many fucking people has that come across to? Looking at you, Sarah Silverman. Oh, it was all jokes when I was doing it. It was edgy and cool. And then you got burned by it. And you're like, wait, this isn't supposed to happen to me. Or the lady that said kill all men on Facebook and got a suspension and was pissed off because sexism means when it happens to us, not when we do it.
The thing with Phil, though, is you don't even have to go that far back. Some of his current work would qualify under this shit if he had the wrong. That's what when I'm watching this, because he very much goes, you can tell, and I don't know if he personally believes this or if his wife told him to. Mm-hmm. He's on YouTube's side with this. He is on YouTube's side 100%.
Right.
Even though, like, look, I really like that iDubbbz thing, but come on, do you have to take it? Shut up, man. Some of his current stuff could be seen as harassment because all you have to do is cover somebody more than once. That's the rules. Well, the guidelines. Even if you don't break the rules, if it's in there more than once. You do it like twice or three times, and he does that. He does. He also calls people all kinds of horrible names.
Sure, he does.
Sorry, Phil, you're no better than me.
And I was, Volpe said, did you notice how many of the top Patreon people are making porn games? Yes, I did. Yeah, actually, I did.
What?
Porn games, like VR, virtual world porn games, and erotic art and pinups and stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
I can draw a pussy in.
Where are these games?
They're available online for large sums of money.
I was really proud of my my thumbnail for Red Dead Redemption. My Star Wars one is great.
The Red Dead Monkey one?
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I was talking about that in Discord last night. Like, if you guys see the Red Dead Monkey thumbnail he did, it worked well. It's good. It's well done.
The Star Wars one I did is really good too, but I just took a picture I already had. I don't remember why I made that. I made the Star Wars monkey a long time ago and just had to put it in there. So that felt like cheating. Where this one is the first time in a while where I've actually all right, I'll shade here and there's actually a couple of things that were done in there.
Make it fit in the background, do those extra things that you don't need to necessarily do.
Yeah.
Way to not be Jack. Nicely done.
I could have just put my monkey face there, but I gave him the stubble like the other face, and I changed his mouth so it actually matches the mouth of the character. I was proud of that one.
You still with us, Sir Jack?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He's just listening.
You.
I was like open for a little repartee.
Evolved Potato says, Jack, I can link you to a site where there are a lot of them.
Oh.
There you go.
I don't want any viruses.
Well,
did you guys see that it's reported? I'm going to change the subject a bit. That shut up, Sin. I love you, bud. That it's reported Joe Biden said he's only going to run for one term.
Because he's like 80 and he's already senile.
Yeah, that's in the same way that news entertainers are getting ready to explain away and delegitimize Trump when he inevitably wins. Right. Joe Biden's getting, that seems to be a Democratic plan for the future. Let's set up excuses now.
The weird part is Democrats are mad at him for this. Democrats are mad at him. That you have Amy Siskin, the current Krasenstein, still on Twitter, who said it should disqualify him. Saying you're only going to run for one term should be disqualifying. And then you had Chris Cillizza who's saying this is a bad idea. Really? The old man who should probably be resting now, it's a bad idea for him to say, look, if I get this job, I'm only going to do it for one term. Seems to me it would actually be a better thing for you guys, because then whoever his vice president is would probably be the nominee in 2024 if Biden were to win. And you get somebody a little bit younger and you have another possibility for 8 years at that point. But they're mad at this shit, man. Like, how dare that old man not give us his life? You need to die in office, Joe.
Don't you realize it's going to take at least 4 presidential terms to undo the damage that white nationalist has done to our republic?
Look, we haven't had a president die in office since 1963. We need a new one. I think that's what they're getting at.
We need a new death in office?
Yeah, I mean, they don't invoke Kennedy anymore. They used to do it all the time, man. But he's kind of, after Obama, he kind of went away. Do you remember when Obama was Kennedy?
I do. I remember when
he was also Lincoln.
When Robert Kennedy's daughter said, I haven't seen this much political excitement since my father.
Yeah. But Kennedy kind of went away. They need somebody to die in office so that they can have their martyr out there for their cause.
Well, we actually talked about politics on Noir Bar for the first time because it wasn't really
curation.
What?
You said Noir Bar.
I meant Noir Bar.
Well, we talk about politics on Noir Bar all the time.
No, we don't.
Oh.
We talk in and around politics, but don't get into it like here. I try to avoid it. How about that? Okay. I'm the one who brought it up deliberately. And it was about Hillary running. Because
don't worry, guys. In the script, we do move on. Go ahead.
Don't deconstruct the joke, monkey. Okay. We talked about Hillary running again because those articles are popping up from time to time. And Hillary's talking about how many people are pushing her just because it's such peak clown world. I really want her to run.
Well, did you see she's got the Hulu thing coming out?
I mean,
that's a series from what it said.
She outright denies that she's running and then is quoted as saying, I have to make my decision very soon. What decision? That's incongruent. Those things can't happen together at the same time. You said no, but I've got to make a decision on what? It's going to be extra no?
I hope she runs.
I got to say, I do too. I mean, there is the frightening prospect of her winning because it's a weird possibility, but it is a possibility. But I consider it more of a what are the odds? I mean, that's never happened again. Never happened before.
I'm telling you, she's waiting till after the show drops to see the reaction on the show, to see if she's a viable candidate or to see who drops out.
All of this stuff is striking me like, hey, you're absolutely right. Like, that's how I see it, that it's all exploratory committee work, everything that's happening.
Becca says, I still think it'll be, that's funny, Pi. That's what the term I used yesterday. That documentary is her exploratory committee.
Oh, I love Becca says, I think my chat's running behind, but it always is. It says, I bet it'll be a Warren Clinton ticket.
It would never be Warren Clinton. Maybe Clinton Warren.
Clinton Warren 2020, yeah.
But not the other way around. There's no way Clinton would take that. No way.
Oh, fuck, that's priceless. A Clinton Warren ticket. And you know what? I know people don't like me saying this because it's kind of like, repeal the 19th or amend the 19th or whatever, right? I don't want to see the second woman to run to be Elizabeth Warren. There's competent women that can be president. I'm sorry, guys. It's true. There is.
There are, absolutely.
I don't want the first two women to run.
You know what, though?
Hillary ain't nobody like the Grandma Clinton and fucking Elizabeth, I was a communist 5 minutes ago, Warren. I mean, Jesus, those are the first two women to get defeated running for the office of the president. The next legitimate woman to run won't be for another 20 years after that showing.
Nico, thank you so much. But hey, we get our Space Force annex the moon. It already belongs to us. I don't care what the rules say. We were there first. We planted our flag. That's ours. We can go to war if they want it.
Yeah, technically Antarctica should be ours too.
That's true. That's ours. Fucking assholes. That's how flags work.
I've heard that.
Whoever landed there was their land. Even if there were Indians there already, you just move them aside and Step aside, let the man walk through.
Wow.
That's how the Southern Chinese got their islands that are now called the
Yeah.
Japanese islands.
That's if you count them as people to begin with. I'm just saying.
Warren would suddenly be sad, and Clinton would slide right into her role as president.
Jesus. Spicy.
Yeah, she'd
I
end
mean, they were
she'd end up with 2 arrows to the back of the head.
in a fictional world of Minecraft. I mean, they were brave enough to take out Epstein with all the light that guy had on him. Makes you wonder how far they'd really be willing to go in a fictional world.
In a fictional world.
In Minecraft.
Yes.
Yeah, I just can't believe they're mad at Joe for saying he's only going to run 1 term. And again, that it's only rumored. It's a couple of people who are close to Joe said that. I think Hillary. I'm on the fence on this one. I really am, because a couple months ago, there's no way a couple months ago. But right now, with everything she's saying and doing, I could see her jumping in.
And it's wild how quickly things can change, huh? The state, I mean, it's not just no and the things that she's saying. It's also like, if you go back 5 months, crazy Uncle Joe hadn't been so
Crazy.
so crazy yet. Elizabeth Warren hadn't gone on with her wacko Marxism quite as far. Like, nothing was as far gone. The state of things can change so like, imagine 6 months from now. What the fuck else might be going on? Jesus.
According to Chris Cillizza, you know why Biden shouldn't drop out? He hasn't had this much success since he entered the race. Like, the fuck are you talking about?
Man.
Real quick over on the Streamlabs. Thank you, Circus Zero. A little off script, but could someone please send me my script in English, because the one you sent me is an ancient Sumerian. No, it only comes in 3 languages, and we only had so many printed up. Sorry.
Yeah. Maybe next time. Time.
We'll try. Don't worry.
Yeah, but Joe hasn't had this much success since he jumped in the race. I'm like, he started more successful than he is right now. I mean, he jumped into the race as the presumptive nominee. He just knocked out anything he knocked the wind out of the sails of Harris. For all the talk about how Tulsi took out Kamala, Joe being in the race is what took out Kamala. Because the press was suddenly, oh yeah, fuck her. We're gonna go with the old white guy. Good morning, baby. Yeah.
Evolved Potato says Australia owns Antarctica. There's no other option. That's just how it is. Right. China owns Australia.
Yeah. So
hey, listen, that's not even a stab at Australians. It's a stab at your political leaders. It's like, guys, you want to keep your continent? Why don't you take a look at the immigration patterns?
It's not a continent.
Well,
depends on who you ask.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes there's uninformed teachers that will be convinced otherwise. But...
For the record, in the script, that is a joke I told. I do know it's a continent.
Yeah.
You have to look up why that's funny.
That's what we call a callback.
Yes, indeed.
Just say, I'm not even kidding, Aussies. You guys probably know it better than I do. The immigration patterns, it's, China wants your country.
Sorry, guys. That's the nectar of the gods. Speaking of wanting your country, don't forget, if you're in the British Isles today, you're supposed to be going to vote. Don't vote if you don't know. That's it. I still say not voting is a perfectly legit option. I know there's people, you should vote because of this. And if you don't want to vote, I don't think especially if you don't know what the fuck's going on, don't vote. But it's the chance to shape your monarchy.
Well, it's a second round run for fucking Brexit that shouldn't be happening. Really, am I wrong? I mean,
no, you're not.
No,
it's like a vote for Labour is a vote for Marxism and an end to Brexit. Pretty much. I mean, it's not really, but pretty much.
A vote for either is a vote for Marxism. Let's be honest, because they're conservatives. Whew, I don't think you guys got the memo. They are still quite commie over there.
Well, I mean, their NHS is like that's held on to dearly, right?
Sure.
And if you love your NHS, don't vote Labour, because it's completely overwhelmed now. From what I understand, I'm certainly not an expert on it, but it's completely overwhelmed. And when you have right of free travel and a whole bunch of people just show up in the countries where they can get their free healthcare, guess what? It's going to get overwhelmed. And if you want to see it collapse in on itself, stick with that EU shit.
Dangerous Spaces, it reminds us it's compulsory voting in Australia. Yeah, I know that, and I really support the people who draw giant dicks on their ballots instead of actually voting. Because you just have to vote. It's your ballot, from what I understand. They don't punish you for that stuff. I actually want to try it on my ballot this year.
Drawing a dick?
Yeah, I'm going to draw a dick on my ballot.
You know what? I volunteered for that back in the day.
For drawing dicks on ballots?
Yes.
That's a weird job.
After the first hour, we're a little thin. Anyway, no.
It's another joke in the script just for you guys. Anyway, go ahead.
I forget what the rules are according to spoiled ballots. I think if you spoil part of the ballot, you spoil the entire ballot. So you wouldn't want to do that, you know.
But here's the thing, because we use the one that has the little arrow you have to fill in.
Okay.
The reader should only be reading that. It shouldn't be reading the questions necessarily. It just reads in order where it is on the ballot. So if I draw a dick over on the side with the names and everything, it should be okay.
Well, we have the electronic ballot, so they'll probably frown on me drawing on a computer screen.
Just draw a big old dick on it. Hey, just use a one of those dry erase markers. You'll be fine. It cleans right off.
And leave it there to see if anybody else draws a dick after you. I'll be right back in a second.
Opie says more people need to draw vaginas. No, dicks are funnier. They just are.
They're easier to draw too.
They're much easier to draw. Hell, they're easier to make too. You ever play with Play-Doh? You accidentally make dicks when you play with Play-Doh. Like, that was supposed to be a snake, but that looks like a dick. Okay, hear me out. If the dick is artistic enough, it should be accepted as a valid vote.
I agree.
They're not supposed to look at my ballot, and if it fucks up and they look at it and go, "You drew a dick on it," what are they going to do? What are they going to do?
Well,
That's free speech. That is free political speech.
I'm more worried they'll think it's a vote for Epstein.
Oh man. Cameras aren't allowed in the voting booth. That is true. But they go in there. I mean, people take their cell phones in with them. Oh, what else did I have for the docket this morning, Jack? I know I had more stuff. There's Crystal is being a moron. Oh, maybe I didn't have more stuff. Yeah, I didn't have more stuff. Holy shit. I guess that means we go to the hashtag. Guys, if there's something you want us to see, particularly naked ladies with their nipples and labia covered, send it to us over on the hashtag MITAM. We can't get to it all because we honestly don't look at it that often. Jack, there's some nice Asian ladies in Santa outfits over there for you.
Ooh.
Courtesy of Ass Crack Team member Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about this. I wonder if I can get this up. It's a TikTok video.
Oh no.
Oh, it's great though. But then it's so you know what? I'm gonna play the video without sound because the sound is just horrible.
Yeah, it's obnoxious most.
And the only sound you really hear is some guys laughing and just background noise. So we don't really need the noise on this one. And you can see at the top of the screen what it says.
Legend.
Hang on. I gotta mute my sound too. There we go. He's just standing there eating some chicken.
Oh, that man's a hero.
Just standing there eating some chicken.
I would gladly have my picture taken with him during this protest.
I just vegans are like, there were actually people who say this got like 2 million views on TikTok last I saw. And there are people, I just don't think that's funny. I'm like, oh, you don't have a sense of humor.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're broken. You don't have a humor meter.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, I need to check my mail too. Hang on just a moment. I actually sent an email earlier, which I don't normally do, and it's one I was actually looking for a okay.
I don't even remember the password to my email because I don't use it very often. Like, until I forget something, I don't even look at it.
Wait, how did I? Oh, I'm on top because I went back. What is this? Female deputy accidentally shoots suspect's mother. Jordan says you can watch the whole thing or just skip to 9:45. I probably won't be watching that. I appreciate you sharing it. If anybody wants to see it, it's over at hashtag MITAM. I don't like watching people get shot. If that's the part you're trying to get me to watch, especially. Oh, yes. This one was sent to us in Jack. I read the story earlier. There's a huge see, this is where we're going to talk about women lying a little bit. You see this beautiful woman right here?
Yeah.
She's a little teethy. She admits to having sex with high schoolers. She's a middle school teacher. But let's go over to this article, which is the real article about it. This is what she looks like without makeup.
She looks a little roughed up there, like she's been crying. And,
yeah. A little tragic. Thank you, Nico, who says Trump just tweeted about Greta Thunberg. Oh, beautiful. I'll check it out in a moment. But yeah, she's admitted to having sex with kids who are still in school. Luckily, I don't know if that's the right word to use here. It wasn't kids from her school. Because like I said, she's a middle school teacher. She was banging high schoolers who were 16 or over, according to her. I don't know if that makes it better.
Well, at least she has standards.
Yeah, at least she has standards. I mean, I don't know what state she's in, so I know there are states. Isn't there a state where 16 is legal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even then, though, you can still get in trouble for it.
Yeah, she's a teacher, so they usually still have laws against that. But yeah, she's admitted to it. But did you see the difference in how she looked? And look, it's not just that she looks sad. There's like, oh, baby. Baby. I don't know why I just said that. Baby.
Well, somebody was pushing it.
Up on this. Let's see. Trump just tweeted about. I don't see anything from Trump recently. There's he retweeting. Wow, he's like on a retweet tangent here. So ridiculous. Greta must work on her anger management problem, then go to a good old-fashioned movie with a friend. Chill, Greta, chill. What the fuck?
Oh, Jesus. Did you see the picture Warren Melson sent in?
What? No, hang on. I'll get. So ridiculous. Greta must work on her anger management problem, then go to a good old-fashioned movie with a friend. Chill, Greta, chill. I guess he's making reference to when she was looking madly at him.
So angry.
She did look angry because he walked by and she's like shooting daggers out of her child eyes. What was I supposed to be looking at?
Just pull up my screen if you would, and you'll see it.
Sure.
Find a girl that looks at you the way Joe Biden's granddaughter looks at him.
Oh, that's disturbing.
That is horrifying.
And sorry, look, there comes a time where your child's too old to kiss on the lips like that, and she's past it.
Yeah.
I give all my children a peck on the cheek, and grandchildren still get the little kiss, but mostly even little butt now, I kiss her head or her cheek, and she'll give me kisses.
Well, he's just closer to the top of her head to sniff her that way, so I don't know. He's so fucking creepy.
I don't necessarily think kissing a child on the lips like that is disturbing, but it's Joe, so maybe that's making it worse for me.
That's a teenager, at least.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to judge him because maybe, that's just how their family is, but it's Joe. Do you think she rubbed his hair legs?
Oh, Jesus, I don't want to know.
Grandpa, can I sit in your lap?
Oh, he's creepy.
Joe's looking for plane tickets to France.
No, I don't think he's a perv or anything. I think he's just from an older time where this sort of thing was more socially acceptable.
Sure.
And it just looks really creepy and weird.
Hang on. I'll give you that with his family.
Well, Well, yeah, but with other people, it's super creepy.
Yeah, you don't do that with other people. And you don't let kids rub your legs.
No, I don't like being touched, let alone somebody trying to caress my leg hair. Gross, weird.
Be like, bitch, come get your kid. This
Yeah,
kid's
be like, hey,
weird.
your freak autistic kid's caressing my legs and not in a healthy way.
Yeah, I wouldn't judge except for all the 2+2. Well, for the record, nobody's ever accused Joe of sexual wrongdoing.
No, it's just he comes from that when it was okay to slap your daughter or your secretary on the ass.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. There's a lot of, if you've ever been around people from that generation, there's a lot of really handsy stuff that is just vastly inappropriate now that they used to do on the regular. So yeah, ass slaps were a greeting of sorts back in the 70s even. So yeah, I get it, but it's very pervy looking by today's standards.
Yeah, the worst accusation against him was that bitch. He kissed my hair.
Yeah, listen, my uncle touched my thigh, then wasn't invited to my mom's wedding.
Yeah, of course not. No. But you can see from, I mean, that she doesn't look creeped out. That's just a family thing there.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it.
What was that one kid that kept trying to pull away from him, giving him the stink eye? That was some congressman's kid or something.
Oh yeah, the one where it looks like he's trying to rub her hand on his junk.
Yeah, and he's like caressing her shoulders and shit. And she's all weirded out. Yeah, that's modern people. I'd be weirded out too. If I saw a dude doing that to my kid, he'd get punched in the face.
Yeah, but like, dude, let go of my kid.
Yeah, like why are you caressing my kid's shoulders like that?
Oh, weird. Lisa says labor for the many, not the Jew.
Yeah,
ooh.
They have a little bit of problem with the anti-Semitism in the Labor Party.
They have a little bit of one, and I believe it's called Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah, he seems okay with that. He's sort of like the Linda Sarsour of the Labor Party.
Really is.
Everything else he says is fine.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on.
Well, but I mean, seriously, that seems to be the way that it is. They would still be talking about the anti-Semitism running rampant in Trump's campaign if the details had come out of the Women's March and everything, and Linda Sarsour was a Trump supporter, they'd still be talking about it.
Oh yeah,
as entertainers, they'd never let it go.
I don't even know what the context is to this, but I feel, especially on this show, it kind of makes sense to show this.
Jesus Christ, the politics heading. Democrats brace for defections among moderates on impeaching Trump. That's a Washington Post politics heading. No. Me, Trump trolls Democrat.
He's wearing girls.
I'm like, who's that woman? Until I enlarged the screen, and I was like,
like I said, it just seemed fitting to show that on this show.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Paul. You were talking about the what's the Washington Post headline?
This is the politics headline is Democrats brace for defections among moderates on impeaching Trump. The subheading being, will impeachment help Trump in 2020? Wow. It seems not so much like the news entertainers are telling you what they think, but what they want you to think a little bit from now, so they can say, as we've previously covered, to make it sound more authoritative and foreseen,
Oh, here's Inspector General says the FBI is not vindicated by his report on Trump campaign probe. Do you think the Democrats will be running around saying that today, the way they said the Mueller report did not vindicate Trump?
No, absolutely not. Did you watch MSNBC, the MSNBC interview with Comey?
No, I haven't.
I strongly recommend it, Monkey. After before you have to do anything with your grandkids or talk to anyone else nicely, because if it enrages you like it enraged me, it's like you uttered 6 statements, not one word of truth having escaped your lips, you lying son of a bitch. He goes, yeah, the reporter said this line, the journalist, full air quotes, okay? Said, so after the IG report came out, it turns out that this smear that the White House and Donald Trump himself had been pushing for, it seems so long now, against you and the FBI turns out to be completely baseless and false. Correct? I'm not kidding. That's the way it ended. Comma, correct, question mark. That's your question? Who the fuck are you? Like, are you Anderson Cooper? Competing for the most loaded question in journalism of the year? And he's completely false. Comey says that's exactly right. It was. I am so glad the FBI was vindicated. The FBI is what the American people would hope and want it to be. A law enforcement agency only that doesn't take sides. I didn't do. We had no spies inside of the Trump campaign. False. That's a lie, and you know that's a lie. You're dancing around with the meaning of the word spy. We didn't have spying. We had covert surveillance.
Yeah.
We hadn't
Those are two different things.
We didn't wiretap Trump Tower. Yes, you did. You had covert surveillance on Trump Tower. No, you didn't have a guy like from a 1950s Bond or 60s Bond film sneak in and put a literal wire tapping into another wire in your phone, the way they used to unscrew the boomer telephones in the back in the day with the mouthpiece and shit. No. But I mean, that's what they're playing with. It's all definitions. In the way that he said it, we didn't do that precisely. We did the newfangled technical version of it. So therefore, all of these guys fucking, the thing that pisses me off the most about this IG thing, and it's this personal bias why this pisses me off more than anything. It's not the most important thing, but god damn, it's a burr in my saddle. Fucking John Brennan, you fucking liar. You have been exposed as a public liar and a liar in front of Congress. You were directly asked on multiple occasions, was the Steele dossier used as a means to start the Russia investigation? You were asked about that repeatedly. You said no. You're a fucking liar.
If you go back to this is Polly, you're gonna get me all upset about this one.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. At the beginning, everybody's like, the Steele dossier is what did it. And then it came out, this is fake. And people started asking the questions about how the dossier or how the FISA warrant was issued. And they came out and they said, the Steele dossier wasn't used at all. That was actually something they said once, not used at all. In fact, it was something else. And then we found out what the something else was. It was the Australian diplomat or whatever the fuck he was, who heard, was it Papadopoulos? Was it Papadopoulos or Page? Talking about publicly available information on how the Russians might have dirt on Hillary. It was all over the news already. And they take that information and went to the FISA court. That's what we were told. Until it came out, that was public information. So now they're back to, the Steele dossier. He was an informant. He wasn't an informant. They can't make up their minds. No, they just change it as they need to.
And you have the Attorney General making a claim that in an interview that is largely true, but nobody will see the extent of it. And again, I know I beat the drum of the news entertainers a lot, but I really want people to stop and think about how much they drive the agenda and they drive what's important. Everybody already tends to agree they drive what's considered a scandal and not. That's why Barack Obama could accurately say my presidency had no major scandals. That's right. It didn't. It should have, but it didn't. Because the news entertainers decided that. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't lying, not really, if you know what I mean.
But that brings up another great point from this that I love is that the only thing that went wrong is there was a low-level lawyer. I love that a low-level lawyer in the FBI may have forged some document. Well, not forged, he said the wrong things on it. And
there was some inaccuracies.
I was immediately reminded though of the low-level IRS employee in Cincinnati who was responsible for Obama's shit with the IRS.
Yeah,
it was just a low-level. Was it Cincinnati or Cleveland? I can't remember which. Cincinnati, an office in Cincinnati who was keeping conservative groups from getting their 503C status even evaluated. And then it turned out that was a big ass lie.
The Attorney General talked, in that interview, said this IG report, media have seized upon carefully picked things from it. They are not seeing the wider condemnation, the culpability of the FBI in terms of what they did, how long-ranging it was. They focus on, even if it wasn't at the beginning going before the FISA court, even if it met that extremely minimum standard of suspicion to begin an investigation, as the investigation began to unroll, every single time they renewed it, it never met that standard again. And that's when all the inaccuracies, et cetera, were really creeping in. And that's what the IG report finds. They seize upon, well, at the beginning, when it was initiated, this smear that Donald Trump and his campaign had been pushing, and the White House in general had been pushing. And IG says, this is why we have a news media that has pushed and ginned up this Russian Trump controversy. It's been largely pushed by them. And it's, yes, it has. You're absolutely right. And there's no way to put them all on trial. There's no way to hold them all accountable, except to turn it off. But that's not going to happen because people want to know what's going on in their government. And the government has decided who's going to play ball with them, the reputable, authoritative news sources, in the same way that you do pick reputable and authoritative news sources.
Is that a special? Go ahead.
Nothing's going to happen with this, though.
No.
It's going to be forgotten and buried.
Yeah, this is going to be gone. The IG report, who cares? This is, 3 news cycles and then it's gone, if that?
Yeah, no one's getting fired. No one's going to jail.
No.
It's all just going to be forgotten about.
And more importantly than all of that, because I don't actually expect people to go to jail, but I expect their credibility on certain issues to be very tarnished to the point where people think of it and it comes up again the next time they're talking about something or running for office or whatever. Their political capital has been damaged, but that's not even going to happen. Mm-hmm. Over on Streamlabs, X Bubba Hotep, thank you for the $5. According to my script, this is when I say I think it's about time to drop the news off of the news entertainers at this point. Even the entertainer part is a stretch.
So true.
But then how are they going to know what I'm talking about if I say, I understand your point.
Blog journalist.
Yeah, blog journalist, the bloggers. Yeah, that's.
YouTube is trending now.
Really?
This is different. This is different than the hashtag from yesterday. That was a hashtag YouTube is over party.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a new hashtag going out there, and it's number 3 trending in the United States right now. Wow.
Well, somebody at YouTube better call up and talk to one of their friends over at Twitter and have that kiboshed.
Time to change my title and reshare this. There's a little hint or a tip for you, Polly. If there's a trending hashtag that comes up while you're live, put that shit in your title and reshare. Yeah, then it's suddenly in the trending tab on the Twitter machine. So let's go throw that over there. Real quick, I forgot to share it. I changed it, but I forgot to share it.
We had this sad little game over in Discord. Can we guess who the first among people that we know or watch regularly is going to fall to the new YouTube terms of service? I can name one that's going to go right away. It might not be popular with everybody here. Axe 17 Apologetics.
Yeah, he's totally gone.
He's David Wood.
Yeah,
he's gone.
I don't know these people.
It's gonna be targeted harassment, Islamophobia. That's absolutely.
Yeah.
He gets flagged so many fucking times.
Yep, that'll do it.
He's a doctor of theology, a PhD in theology, and he attacks it with your classic facts and logic. It's yes, he does it in a humorous way, but nothing he says is not factual about Islam. He's the guy who bothers to go through the Hadith and go through the Quran, and here's what it actually says. Here's a reason why. This is where jihadism comes from. Very, very smart man. And he's not going to last. The amount of strikes he's already had or warnings, etc. He's a goner.
Random asked if we've considered mirroring our live streams on DLive. I have a DLive account. The last time I tried to do a dual stream, it didn't work. It wasn't with DLive though, but with my problems, I don't know if I could do that or how well it would turn out. I'm just waiting to see if I get in trouble, and if I do, and they end up taking my channel, I'll move to a different platform at that time. We'll see what happens though. Matt and Blonde, they got cut off a couple of times. Well, they're the ones they got cut off for. That was specifically for mentioning the whistleblower's name. The first time they actually said it. The second time they called him Erica, because it was a completely different person. Erica, whatever that last name is a completely different person. So
I was watching Razorfist quick little 5-minute video, Bloody December, the YouTube Purge.
Yeah,
Did you watch it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm never really a fan of when people say I predicted this, I predicted that, because very often it's a mild version of what they said in general was going to happen in there. But in this case, Razorfist's tweet from January 18th of this year is pretty fucking good. The goal is obvious: deplatform every alternative voice before the election and do it gradually enough to avoid reprisal. As I said in 2016, Trump wasn't supposed to happen. They'll hedge their bets next time. Most won't realize it until they look up in 2020 and everyone is gone. Yeah. I think by the time September rolls around, yeah.
Over on Streamlabs, Expo Hotep, thank you. Somehow in my script, it tells me to say, retweet the new tweet Monkey just put out. You guys really planned ahead. Look, we put a lot of work into this script. With that though, Polly, to the point about Razorfist being right on that, I don't think he is. I think calling this kind of stuff is pretty easy because of just the wet tissue paper, thin-skinned of motherfuckers out there. I think they are absolutely wanting to tramp down on Trump supporters and such like that. The free advertising they gave him, but I don't think what they're doing right now is about Trump. I don't think it is at all.
I don't know if it's about Trump. Specifically in the way that he claims it. And that's why I said I'm always cautious of people who, I mean, I love me some Sticks, X, and Hammer. And he repeatedly said, I predicted Trump getting elected. And it's like, no, you didn't. Mm-hmm. I watched you. You said he was going to do far better and is doing better than the polls indicate if you look at the polls wide enough and aggregatedly enough. That's all you said. You didn't predict his election. Now, after the fact says I predicted his election. I don't. It's an exaggeration. It's not a lie. What he's saying. It's just an exaggeration. So it's not like I hold it against him. I still watch Sticks. I still like his material, and I think he should stop talking about the Satanic Panic.
Never. I don't think. Go ahead.
No, that's all
we put that in the script.
All three of us talking at the same time. It was in there. I remember.
My point. I don't think that he's wrong about what's happening overall. I just don't think it's this. I don't think it's this, because this was written where it's going to hurt. It can seriously hurt lefties as well. A lot of them. I maybe if you take it in the view that they're still, going to allow things like the fat one from the Man Show. What's his name? Jimmy Kimmel.
That's who you're
allow his stuff.
I'm like, I thought you meant the other guy. I was like, Jimmy Kimmel's the one you're trying to remember.
Yeah, the fat one.
All right.
They'll still allow his crap to be on there, but mine won't. But nobody compare. Well, I guess I probably have Kimmel numbers.
Well, no, but I mean, when they allow a specific, you don't have Kimmel numbers. That guy's on the front page every fucking day.
I have.
And I'm not on purpose. It's artificially. Really? Am I that far off on this? Let's see.
No, I'm making a joke, Polly.
Well, you got to work on your sarcastic voice. God damn it!
You're killing a joke.
You got to go
anyhow.
The used car sales, man. It's like this rusted heap without an engine behind. This thing's a fine runner. It works perfectly. Everyone will believe.
Cannot believe I wrote this part in.
They helped write it. He's so convincing.
My point is like you're saying, like it's related to Trump. The thing that caught my attention and why I read this out is the last line. Most won't realize until they look up in 2020 and everyone is gone. That's the part that held my memory. Because it's like, yeah, I think by the time September rolls around, YouTube won't be it's not YouTube doesn't look like it did a year ago, and it's just not going to be anything like it is now a year from now. It's happening gradually over time, and a year from now it's gonna be. Remember when you could go live? Remember when that was a thing? Do you remember when you didn't have to have a license or some kind of YouTube approval to live stream, whatever? It's gonna be things like that.
I just think that what happened last time, the one that where Sinatra lost his monetization, because there's a lot of people who looked at the monetization thing there, and the monetization thing wasn't the big thing that happened there. It just got talked about the most because so many people lost their money. There were a lot of channels that got struck at that time. A lot of channels got struck, and I'm not going to say some of them didn't deserve it. I don't think they do, because I'm for free speech, but based on, YouTube's, what's the word I'm looking for? Horribly gay rules.
Some would say lispy.
Little lispy rules. They probably did break them, but they were all like right-wing channels. Some very, very right-wing by today's standards. But yeah, so that's where I think that's happening. I think, like you said, Jimmy Kimmel being on the front page every day in the trending. Nobody's watching Jimmy Kimmel because they go looking for Jimmy fucking Kimmel.
Oh, fuck no. Of course it's artificial.
That's
every
stuff.
late night comedian is up there on the main page every fucking day. Their goddamn monologues.
That stuff, the changing of the algorithm so that it gives you, what do they call it in the authoritative voices?
Authoritative news sources, yeah.
No, the authoritative channels, I believe, is the exact phrase in the new blog that they put out.
Really?
Yeah. That's the kind of stuff where they're doing it. They're artificially pushing people to that shit, and they had to pull back a little bit, not because they don't want to push that nonsense, but it was costing them views. Because people were like, well, fuck it, I don't want to watch this shit. Apparently, my favorite creator hasn't put anything out today. They did, but it's buried underneath a whole bunch of shit you don't want to see. Sassy says YouTube is essentially election meddling. They are, but they're in the US, so it's okay. The DNC's not officially paying them for it, so what is dinging on my phone now? Not only lost the ability to make money, but not given the money we already made. Yeah, absolutely. But as bad as that is, and I'm not saying that's not horrible, what YouTube did there with getting rid of other channels, that was some dirty shit. And that's the stuff I see as election meddling. This right here, this is Carlos feels bad, you guys. We have to fix that. And they've done this occasionally throughout the years too. Yes, the other guy from the Man Show was Adam Carolla. Yeah, I love listening to Adam. Adam's funny. I didn't like him on the Man Show. I hated him.
I was thinking they could rename YouTube to Safe Space Tube, but they don't have to use the full phrase Safe Space. They could just use the first letter of each one. So it'd be SS Tube.
Why don't they just do the fucking thing that other fucking services have done? YouTube Kids and YouTube for those with a pair.
Not going to happen, Polly. You know it.
Because Polly, they don't want a lispy demographic to get feeling bad.
No, that's fine. Then a third one. There'll be YouTube for those who have a pair. So it'd be Ballsy Tube, Boomer Tube, and Kids Tube.
I feel that's insulting to boomers. We need a better name for that one. we can call them Cunt Tube.
Cunt Tube.
Cunt Tube. I feel like a lot of people would go there and get disappointed, though.
Wait a minute.
Now is more akin to Stasi Tube.
This is
all of our traffic is on Balls Tube. What's going on? Because people don't want to listen to milquetoast bullshit. That's what's going on. Soviet Tube, yeah. Beaver Dam says.
I don't think Razor Fist is wrong in what he's saying. I just think he's wrong in what this part is. He's absolutely right overall. Absolutely right. And anybody who watched that fucking video from Google that wasn't actually supposed to get out, the one where the Google executives get up there and cry because Trump won, could see this coming. They could see that. Anybody who sees all of that shit, the Russians had ads on Facebook. If you didn't think that was going to lead to them election meddling, you're just wrong. They think that they have all the power. They think that social media has all this power, which it has some. I don't think Donald Trump got elected because of social media. I really don't. Circus, thank you so much over on the Streamlabs. Circuit Zero says, I think my script got translated. Monkey dick, movies, video games, smash that like button and share our stuff. Wait, I don't think that's right. I'll try again.
Oh, you forgot Jim Jones.
Yeah, Jim Jones is supposed to be in there. So the script you got is absolutely not right. Luckily, when I wrote this script, I knew you were going to be wrong. So I typed it in there the right way.
We may have had to do some revisions after a lot of the scripts went out in some areas.
Yeah. Look, it happens. I just love that. Scripted content. Oh, so all of my videos I sat down and wrote a script for are going to be okay? I still have those scripts somewhere.
Ha, you're funny.
I love the vagueness of them, of the new terms of service. Leave people scratching and scrambling groping in the dark for possible explanations. Like, what the hell is behind that? I've heard people guess already. And it's like, what's with the scripted thing? So you can't claim you said it off the top of your head that it was a spur of the moment thing. There's an intentionality behind it. So it was an intentionally a joke or intentionally not. And they decide on what humor is. So therefore they gotcha. Like, okay.
The intention behind that is things like Jimmy Kimmel. It's because your late night talk show hosts sometimes say some really, really awful shit where they do go after somebody's sex, race, gender expression, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's scripted comedy. So that's okay. That's okay. I can't say the same fucking joke if I just have that same thought. I can't say that same fucking joke because I didn't. Yeah, well, I am now. I script everything now. But at the time, I didn't script. So you can't say that same thing because they put that in. It's scripted content, diss tracks, and it says music, e.g., diss tracks, and then stand-up comedy. But you can't just hide behind it was a joke. Like, fuck you. I'm not hiding. I'm putting it right out there in front of you.
I love how
joke.
I love the obvious incongruity of that. I was like, if it's a joke, it's fine, but you can't use the excuse that it's just a joke. It's like, but that puts you in the position of deciding what's a joke and what's not.
Probably it's obvious if it's scripted,
right?
That's why this whole show is scripted.
What happens if you
loophole, guys?
I don't know, Monkey. Put together a video. I know that's asking a lot, but put together a video that's you ranting and raving like in your angriest hellfire voice and targeting someone specifically, but play canned laughter from a sitcom behind it.
Dangerous Spaces says, so pre-written hate speech is better somehow? Yeah. If it's a comedian up on stage saying it, then it's fine. If it's me sitting in my chair here saying it, that very same thing, it's bad. And they did that. They did that for the network nightly news shows. They did it for your John Olivers, your Bill Maher's. I'm really curious about Bill Maher. Because on the Jimmy Kimmel show, right? Jimmy comes out and he says his stupid fucking monologue. Then he goes and sits down and he has the banter back and forth. And nothing really exciting happens. On Bill Maher's show, he comes out, gives his scripted monologue, and then he goes and sits down with people who sometimes say as horrible shit as he does. And when I say horrible shit, I don't care that it's horrible by their standards, not mine. So if Bill Maher's at his little round table and say, I don't know, him and Sam Harris are arguing with Fat Batman about Muslims, is that okay?
Well, they did make it clear in their terms of service they don't want to limit it for people discussing important issues of the day, and they decide what's important and what counts as actual political speech.
Indeed. Nico, thank you so much. MSM is losing, hence going after YouTube. Indeed. But, Polly, remember, it can't be over religion, sex, any of that stuff. You can't do it over that. So, is that okay?
Well,
and that part's not scripted.
See, Sam Harris did call Islam the motherlode of all bad ideas, but he also hates Donald Trump. So
yeah, I mean, no, that part would be bad. I feel like that video would have to come down. Is 5 minutes of Orange Man bad really a script? Believe it or not, it takes like 15 people to write that shit. That shit you see every night, yeah. But that's why it's trending on YouTube, you guys, because it is comedy gold. Comedy fucking gold. Jesus fucking Christ, what are you doing, Susan? Seriously, you are sucking up to your competitors. Why don't you get that?
No, you're absolutely right. It's like, hey, you realize that you as YouTube offers something that none of the networks do, can, or want to, right? I mean,
do you realize it was just 2 weeks ago she was telling Leslie Stahl why she believes in free speech, why that's important to her?
No, the grandma they woke up out of a medicated haze to try and figure out how to use the interwebs.
And Razorfist brought that up, and I didn't realize this. I don't even know how you find that out, but it was an interview that wasn't even scheduled for them.
Yeah, I don't know. They must have on like this 60minutes.com or whatever the fuck the list of all of the interviews coming up for the next while. I thought about that as well.
So Susan goes out 2 weeks before this announcement, says that nonsense. They actually end the interview that way. So it's your lasting impression, you know? Mm-hmm. And this shit comes out. Where, by the way, they tell us the same thing. Look, free speech is still important to us. But we have to balance that with Carlos Maza's feelings.
You know, well, remember, it's not just, well, that's Carlos Maza's sort of claim. But in reality, they weren't doing it for Carlos Maza's feelings. They were doing it to stave off all of the fucking articles that were being written up in every news service that Carlos Maza contacted. Because the people like Maza are very well healed with connections throughout the industry. That's what they do at Media Matters. That's literally their bread and butter, is to make contacts with like-minded journalists so they can activate sources and assets when necessary. He called up everybody he knew. And he was in the middle of an interview with who was it? With
NBC. NBC is the parent company of Vox, and he was with interviews with NBC to move up because Vox is their bastard child.
But he gets a call from another interviewer when he's in an interview with them, that the recorded transcript of the interview has him going, hold on for a minute. And he comes back, oh, that was just so-and-so, like ABC News or whatever the fuck.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That's how intense he was able to make the maelstrom of stuff. And notice the way that he covered it. If you go back and look at his original thing that he aimed at YouTube, the problem wasn't Crowder. He made that explicitly clear. Now, that was lies, in my opinion. But he said the problem is YouTube because they love homophobic creators like Crowder, because they put out stuff like that. The YouTube makes a ton of money off of it, and then YouTube can stand back and say it's not our fault. So they make money off of hate and hateful people out there in the demographic, but they don't have to be held responsible for it in any kind of way. And he said Steven Crowder is their ideal creator. That's a brilliant tactic from a brigading scumbag, in my opinion. That's some Media Matters shit right there.
No, I don't disagree with you at all. And caving in everywhere she's caved. She does it all the time. Again, this one exception there, that scripted content. Everything Razorfist does is scripted, except for his arcade. Yeah. All of his videos are scripted. That's not going to count.
Because it was targeted over a series of videos. No one video can be this, but he said something before. We've had enough flags. I believe everything's getting flagged. Really quick over on the Stream Labs. Thank you, Circus Zero. I got it translated properly now. Thank you, Ancient Sumerian for Dummies. Apparently, it translated as "Get a Streamlabs, Polly."
Dangerous real quick says Vox is like the illegitimate child of Hunter Biden. No, that child is already smarter than anything at Vox. You're going to say, Polly?
Over on we were doing a comic book curation live stream, but it wasn't one of our usual episodes. We did a chill stream, so we started talking about politics and all sorts of other stuff. And we were talking, and I heard you and Jack talking before about flagging. It's going to be a flagging thing. That's something we were talking about over there. Absolutely, I think it will be. But you said that you're having a crisis of faith because you don't want to flag. You know what? No one else like you does. That's just it. The people that are brigaders, the angry 4% of Twitter, as I keep calling them, the loudest of the bunch, they're the ones who get off on flagging. And Jack says, Matt Jarbo, there's people who flag like they breathe, without a second thought and by second nature, those are the people that are going to have their way. It's going to be a huge ethical battle for you to, first of all, you're gonna have to find where you go on your content studio to even find where you flag. I don't even know where you go to do that. And
I know. I did it
you?
with Daddy of 5, so I've done it.
All right. I never have. I'd have to find out where you flag to begin with. There's some people that are just do it on a regular basis. And and Alex was talking about over on his stream, groomed people in a particular way, the power dynamic between large creators and the people that their followers that want to please them to get noticed by senpai. If you say this person's really bad, I can't believe YouTube's allowing this hateful content. You don't think that brings a flag storm on? They're not saying like, look at this idiot and the stupid shit they do. It's much more clever than that. You know what I mean? Like, it's those flag storms, a few people in that which is formerly known as the Skeptosphere deciding to go put 1 or 2 flags against some lefties. That's not going to matter. And that's why Razorfist content or comment back from January stuck in my mind. You're going to look up one day and most of these people are going to be gone, and it's going to be through attrition that it happens.
Real quick over on the Streamlabs. Sanguine, thank you. Religious sex, or religion sex. Those are all very different. Jains and Jews versus dick down altar boys versus Christianity and M/F. Why did you script this? Creators need to play all videos back through dragon neutral speak. Scripts ex machina. We just thought it would be funny to try to make me trip over fucking words. Dick. I love you, Sanguine.
When Polly said flagging storm, I thought of something horrifying.
Yeah.
And that is a boulder brigade.
Oh.
It's like a Sharknado, but with boulders. And it's just mundane Matt twirling in a circle, throwing flags everywhere. Like in a ballerina outfit, perhaps. But I don't like that imagery in my head, so I'm mad at you right now, Polly. Thank you.
Random says most people have a belief against killing others, but they set that aside when war is declared. I get that. I do. Look, it's my crisis. It's something I'm gonna have to deal with. And where was the other one? There's literally an icon of a flag under any YouTube video. I know I hit it when with Daddy of 5 because fuck that guy.
Yeah, it's right next to the word save.
Is it?
Look down in the corner of the video. You'll see the monkey icon where your branding is. Right down from there, there's a flag right there.
What? That doesn't seem like something we should tell the audience. Remember, this is scripted. This is scripted, you guys.
I was actually.
Oh yeah, there's
Polly, sorry.
And you can add a translation as well. Look at that.
Translation. We love the YouTubes. Stargazer gave us a link to Carlos Mazza's Twitter feed. It says, I don't know what'll happen with YouTube's new policy. I barely even know what's happening with my own life right now, to be honest. But at the end of the worst year, all capitalized, I'm proud that I raised hell and I'll do it all over again.
Thank you, Kingslayer Damocles. A bunch of lefty friends of mine on Facebook got banned for making Zhang-like comments. When I said you literally wanted racist comments gone, they said those comments weren't racist. I died laughing. Look, it's never them, man. It's all right. What did he say here? I'm proud that I raised hell.
Yeah, if you click on his profile, he's talking. He says that Tucker Carlson's a YP post supremacist. Fuck you, dude. You're a hypocrite.
There are a disturbing amount of fucking anthropomorphized, sexy, disturbing cat girls over on DeviantArt. You fucking anime people. I'm over here looking for superhero images, and I'm dealing with the nastiest furry shit.
I don't want to know what you're looking up there. Carlos Mazza is a cunt. Yes, he is. But that's scripted, YouTube. Don't worry about it. Just let it happen. Shh. Just let it happen. God, can you imagine how much trouble I get in for that one? Fuck. What? Oh, that's a promoted thing. I hate those promoted things on Twitter. They look so interesting, and I actually have to scroll down and see if it's promoted or not. because I don't want to go to some fucking garbage web page where you got to click through 400 different pictures to get what they're trying to tell you. Performance art is a black unitard with a pink tutu. It's haunting. Jack.
He asked, he said, so you were picturing Mundane Matt doing rhythmic gymnastics, basically. No, it was worse than that. What?
Oh, wait.
Am I in trouble again?
What Greta Thunberg's haters don't get is that ultimately her message is one of hope and resilience. It is a language they cannot understand. Dan Rather, you fucking moron. Her message is literally I need to put that in. Do nothing because people did nothing. That's not hope, you moron.
Hey, over on the Streamlabs, thank you, Cryptic. Here's the last of my money. I hope you are sad about this.
And over on my Streamlabs, thank you, Sanguine. I didn't even see what this one said. I can't wait. Thank you, Sanguine, who says, just copy the Chinese national anthem into the translation. That should make you ad friendly. After all, what megacorp doesn't like getting bent by China? Thank you for making that one readable. You know how hard it is to script it when it's not readable? No, thank you so much, Sanguine. I was scared because the last one did make me trip. I was like, fuck.
Furry kitten, her message is hurdy-gurdy. I don't want to go to school. Bork, bork, bork.
Oh, fuck. Her message is literally do nothing. That's what she says. Because you guys did nothing, we're not going to do. Why should we go to school to learn how to fix it? I don't know. To fix it?
I would like to agree, but I think Furry Kitten nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the act. He did the literal translation. Good God.
Dare you?
How very dare you?
Stolen my dreams.
Oh my God, these people. Dan Rather, man, he's gotten quite active over on. I don't follow him. He just pops up on my timeline all the fucking time because he says stupid shit all the fucking time. He's desperate to get back his status as a great person. People used to look up to Dan Rather.
Yeah,
He was
Imagine Dan Rather watching news entertainers today. Like, Jesus Christ, this passes for the news, and I got fucking railroaded out of the industry for what oh my God. Yeah, I'm sure he's pissed.
Yeah. He'd get an Emmy or something for what he did now.
Yeah, there'd be. It's like, wait a minute. You guys got multiple Pulitzer Prizes over at the New York Times for writing a story that was ultimately fucking disproven by the Mueller report. Yeah.
For those of you who don't remember, Dan Rather was fired along with one or two executive producers, or was it producers?
Producers.
Editors? I can't remember. Because he put out a report using fake documents about President Bush.
Yeah,
and once again, it was
War Service, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was supposedly a document that was keeping him out of war. And it's one of the first times the internet ass fucked the mainstream media, because the internet jumped on that shit and said that font wasn't around back then. That's how they found it out. Somebody recognized that the font didn't exist back then.
Oh yeah, you don't fuck with font nerds, man. Those guys are hardcore. Seriously, that's a thing.
Yeah. They and I can't remember if it didn't actually exist at all, but it didn't exist in the military. And so they were like, yeah, you got to go, Dan. You got to go, because they knew it. They knew it was fake. Dirty little shits.
Can you imagine that over? Like, I mean, I will never forget Don Lemon in his day. The fucking shithole countries thing came out. He was like, the president of the United States is a racist. But then again, many of us already knew that. That's the way he opened his fucking show, and he calls himself a fucking journalist based on the shithole comments. And they brought over Mudd, former CIA case officer. Can you imagine working for that guy at the agency? Jesus Christ, he went off into this rambling of racial epithets that had nothing to do with nothing. It was just like the foulest shit you've ever heard. He goes, imagine if I were to say blah, 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 blah. We don't stand for that in America. Is that why you just went off on a rant with it? What the fuck? It was, look at me and how righteous I am. Wild.
Over on Streamlabs, thank you, Cryptic, who says, here's the last of my money. I know you won't feel bad. That feels like that our script was wrong with the one you sent to Jack.
Well, the pages might have been out of order, but I do.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. It's still scripted, you guys. But anyway, yeah. Guys, we're going 2 hours and 20 minutes right now. I need to wrap this up. I do still want to try to get a game stream in, and I think I can get one going if I do it in the next half hour or so. At least get an hour's worth in, because I fucking love that game. I actually played for 2 hours off air today. I told people I was going to be playing this one off air. All my other games, I've done everything where they can see it. But hunting is just kind of boring. I think it would be boring to watch. Somebody just running around for 2 hours trying to shoot deer and shit. I'll do all of the. Oh, I'm very bad.
That might be very entertaining.
I got a new gun, which it makes it a lot easier. Which I'll tell you about, guys, about over on Ranting. Excuse me. Let me try that again. Why did we put hiccuping in the script?
It's funny.
Over on Ranting Monkey Games, I'll be over there hopefully by 8:30. I'm going to go see the wife first because I love her and she's awake. So, chat, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. Cirque says downloading it right now. Man, I've seriously one of my top 5 games ever. Red Dead 2 is amazing. Polly, anything you want to show?
Just my channel as usual. Let me just throw the link in chat, and you can go check it out if you're interested. Yay!
There you go. And yeah, for the record, guys, I've already beat Red Dead 2. I have it for the PlayStation 4, so that's how much I love this game. I'm hooked going through it again, and this is like my third or fourth time all the way through. Partially through, I've done it about 6 times. Jack, anything you want to show?
Here's the links to my latest 2 videos. And thank you so much for the donations, guys. It's really helpful.
Indeed.
Not funny. No, you're fine. I'm sorry. He's making fun of me because I failed to catch a horse that was tied up yesterday.
Wow.
Shut up. Can you fall down the stairs in Red Dead 2? Not that I know of, but I have fallen down a couple of rocks already. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming and hanging out. Polly, Jack, thank you guys for joining me. Everybody, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
I'm going to play some Red Dead 2.